Hello everyone, thanks for watching this video analysis. Today I will talk about US dollar versus the Canadian dollar, about its bearish bias. But first of all, please read the disclaimer, and you can email support if you have questions. And don't forget, guys, if you are not a VIP member, if you are only a free member, you can access the link posted right below this video to become a VIP member to get all our trades, trade management, and VIP content. So US dollar versus the Canadian dollar. Let's start with these former highs here: 1.2787, 1.2796. Okay. And as you can see, the price of US dollar versus the Canadian dollar ignored these levels. Actually, it had dropped below them, retest of 1.2787, and right now it continues to drop within this down channel here, within this pattern. And unfortunately, it has failed, guys, to stabilize above the 38.2. And the next downside target, the immediate target, is here at 1.2749. In the short term, we cannot exclude a temporary sideways movement, in the short term. But in my opinion, as long as it stays below the downtrend line, and after these retest, false breakouts above the 38.2, after its failure to come back above the former highs, and could signal that the sellers are still strong, could signal that the US dollar versus the Canadian dollar could extend its downside movement. But as I've said earlier, 1.2750 actually, this former low here stands as an immediate support, downside obstacle, and as long as the price stays above it, it could still come back higher towards the 38.2, towards the downtrend line, could still come back higher to pressure these levels. Okay, so as long as it stays above this former low. But in my opinion, something like this, if the price will come back to retest, false breakouts here followed by a new lower low, could activate a larger downside movement. And also, if the price maybe will take out the 1.2750, if it will maybe also drop and close below the 50% retracement level, then it could signal that it could resume its downside movement within the channel's body. Okay, so right now, in the short term, the bias is bearish, as long as it stays below the 38.2, below the downtrend line, and only retest here could signal maybe a potential new sell-off, bearish momentum, and also a new lower low here could signal potential larger correction towards maybe the channel's downside line, towards the 61.8. Okay, so this is my opinion here. And also, personally, I have something like this: 1, 2, and 3, a major descending pitchfork. It has retested the upper medium line, and right now, technically, in the short to the medium term, maybe US dollar versus the Canadian dollar is somehow expected to approach and reach maybe the medium line, as long as it stays right below the upper medium line. Okay, so despite temporary rebounds, as long as it stays within the descending pitchfork's body, it could resume its sell-off. And also right now, the US dollar could let's take a look on the dollar index. I could lose ground also versus the Canadian dollar. The US dollar could appreciate, could drop, only because please take a look here. The dollar index registered a strong sell-off after its failure here to stabilize above 98.67. Okay, so a deeper drop here. Maybe the dollar index will come back down to retest the immediate support levels. So a deeper drop here could force the US dollar to depreciate in the short term versus rivals. That's why also US dollar versus the Canadian dollar could extend its sell-off here. Okay, so you have to be careful, guys. Let's take a look also on the economic calendar. So, in my opinion, in the short term, the bias is bearish, as long as it stays within the descending pitchfork's body, and also as long as it stays within the channel's body here below the downtrend line. But don't forget that when the retreat, the correction will be over, then this channel could represent a bullish pattern. Okay, so you have to be careful. Don't forget that later today, the Canadian unemployment rate is expected to drop from 6.5 to 6.2, and also unemployment change. So these are seen as high impact events, so you have to be careful. Better than expected Canadian data could force the Canadian dollar to appreciate, also if the dollar index will continue to drop. Thank you, guys.